Season 3 was revealed, and today we're breaking it down. Nothing more to it, so drop your thoughts down below, drop a like if you enjoy the coverage, and subscribe for more Modern Warfare 3 Season 3 content upcoming and beyond, as well as other FPS content. But with that said, let's jump into it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with what we've seen for multiplayer just at a glance. So starting here with multiplayer, we heard pre-launch that the only guaranteed seasonal content was through Season 1 and 2, where they promised 3 brand new experiences, and we got that. But for the most part, beyond that, a lot of people thought, okay, well, what's Season 3 gonna hold here if they're not guaranteeing brand new maps to really any degree at that point? Well, where some may think that Sledgehammer was slowing down on the multiplayer content, that's actually not quite the case. We have 6 multiplayer maps coming throughout Season 3 here, a couple of brand new ones, a remastered one, and a few repurposed ones as well. Starting with 6-star, this is a brand new one where it's a 6v6 medium-sized map, and set in Dubai, it looks to be a sort of really high-end resort here at this, probably playing on that name of 5-star, but instead it's 6-star because it's so nice. But this was something that was shown off a little bit in the trailer that debuted today, but beyond that, again, we don't know too much more beyond that. Emergency is another one here, which is a brand new 6v6 map, this one being a small-sized map though, so we're seeing that sort of grind-style map really continue to flourish within Modern Warfare 3. They're really leaning into that audience, which for me, I love that. I'm cool with it. It gets my grinding stuff out of the way relatively easily, and there's not so much monotony with it. Like, it's not just like you're jumping into shipment. I think you have what now, like 4, and with Season 3, 5 maps that are considered those small maps of that same size and scale. So I'm looking forward to that one. Grow House is a new but remastered map here from Vanguard, where it's another small-sized map, and it's actually a remaster of the map of Sphere. So for those of you guys that did or did not play Vanguard, it may be something that does sound familiar to you. Honestly, I didn't play Sphere all that much because, I mean, I played Vanguard, then played a little bit of Warzone throughout the season, but like, realistically, a lot of Vanguard was a down year for me. I didn't play a whole ton with that. Might not be the only one in that position, but that is a remaster here coming with Season 3. We have Tanked, which is a medium-sized 6v6 map from Vondel, repurposing the Vondel Zoo as its own sort of multiplayer map here, which will be interesting to see how that checks out. We have Checkpoint at mid-season, which is going to be a repurposed portion of the Stronghold from Rebirth Island. And then we have Grime, which is going to be a brand new map in season coming, which is a small to medium-sized map here at this. So based off the layout, I kind of get like Grease vibes here on this one. So looking forward to seeing how those all play out. Now, I will say, admittedly, pretty disappointed we have not seen a singular ground war map just yet introduced through 3 seasons. Hoping Season 4 drops one, or maybe there's a surprise drop with Season 3 Reloaded, but that is one area that is unfortunately lacking quite hard. Beyond that though, weaponry, we end up having 4 weapons coming throughout Season 3 here. We have the Moors Sniper Rifle, the FGX Horus, which is the MP9, the Gladiator, which is a melee, and then in season you'll have the Ball 27. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for that Ball 27. I was hoping that was gonna be a launch weapon. I could have probably, personally at least, traded the Ball 27 for the Moors. I'm more of an assault rifle player than a sniper, but can't change that. Looks like that's going to be the case, so I gotta wait a little bit longer. You might be in the same boat as me. We have major gameplay changes coming in the way of new perks and gear. Not just one introduced this time, but a handful of them. For perks, we're gonna have 3 new vests here introduced, of the Gunslinger Vest, Modular Assault Rig, and the Compression Carrier. Now, the Gunslinger Vest is a secondary weapon specialist, where it offers no primary slot, but allows you to take 2 secondary weapons, which is pretty cool. You can kind of do that with the existing vest, but this is something that trades out a little bit of the benefits and offers a bit more in the way of what the other vests would not offer. You'll still be able to take a tactical, lethal, and a field upgrade, along with gloves, boots, and gear, but you also get additional benefits for secondary weapons only, where it refreshes the stamina on kill, it improves your reload speed, you can reload while sprinting, and it increases weapon swap speeds by a minimum of 40%, plus it allows you to spawn with maximum reserve ammo. So that's something that you don't see in that ability previously, to be able to take 2 weapons of your choosing. So this is truly that underkill specialist, which is awesome to see. If you are still grinding out weapons, this could be a very big help if you want to knock out 2 pistols at a time or something. But anyways, we also have the Modular Assault Rig, which is a lethal and tactical scavenger vest, allowing you to take tactical, lethal, and field upgrades, gloves, boots, and gear, but you start with maximum reserve ammo, and you resupply lethals and tacticals from dead players. Then the Compression Plate Carrier, this is the one that I'm absolutely going to be taking. It assists in healing and gas protection, where you end up losing the tactical slot, but you still have the ability to have a lethal, gloves, boot, and gear, but you immediately regen health after a kill or objective capture, and it reduces the effects from gas grenades. Quick Fix was basically the only perk that I ran in Modern Warfare 2. Love that to death, and I've been missing it big time in Modern Warfare 3, so to now be able to take that, Gonna love that. Yes, I'm gonna lose out on some of that speed boost from the infantry vest, but I think it's totally worth it. Beyond that, you have the reinforced boots, which make you immune to movement reduction effects, as we've kind of theorized since this was leaked. We have the high grain antenna, which is, now that I see this listed out, it makes so much more sense than some of the stuff we were suggesting. But the minimap is zoomed out for you and nearby allies. If a nearby ally has the CCT comms vest perk on, this will combine with that to allow enemies to remain on the radar longer for you and said nearby allies, and you'll be able to see nearby ally radar pings from Intel Jacker and compass indicators from nearby ally signal jammers. So pretty powerful in that right, but it's something that now that I see it on paper, it makes so much more sense than, again, the things we were theorizing. And then at midseason, we're gonna have the EMD mine, which is a proximity triggered mine that sticks to surfaces, and the enhanced vision goggles EVG, which you'll be able to toggle between normal vision and enhanced vision with integrated target highlighting. But it has a limited battery, so you're not gonna be able to use it all the time. Now beyond that, Season 3 will introduce the modes of Capture the Flag, One in the Chamber, Minefield, and Escort are both brand new modes, but Minefield's going to be interesting because it seems like with every death it's going to drop basically a proximity mine. So a lot of explosives. EOD is going to be huge here at this one, and you still might not be able to last too long. And then Escort is basically payload, so essentially your sort of segment of the war where it's the escorting objective, but only in that game mode. So payload returns here in the multiplayer fashion and rounds out our modes we'll see with Season 3. Though that said, there is still going to be the Vortex playlist returning here at this, where you'll have Airborne, Satan's Quarry, Skid Grow, Spore Yard, and Tetanus. But this time around, it's going to include a new arcade mode, which has a number of, they say, redacted gameplay modifiers. So we'll see how that all breaks down. But beyond that, though, rounding out the multiplayer content, you have the Jack Cutthroat, which is available for the MCW, MTZ, the M4A1 from Modern Warfare 2 and the AMR9, the Jack Revenger for the BP50, the Jack Jawbreaker for the KV Broadside, the Jack Shadow Titan kit for the Bruin Mark 9, the Jack Patriot for the M16, the Wardens for the Lockwood Mark II, which is going to turn that into the Model 1887s. Yeah, the original powerhouse from Modern Warfare 2 2009 is now back in an aftermarket part, so that'll probably be busted for a little bit. And then you'll have the Jack Atlas kit for the AMR9 and the Photonic Charge for the Moores sniper rifle. And finally, you have the operators of Makarov, Snoop Dogg, Banshee, Bashir, and Stasis as the Black Cell operator. Now, that's been a lot to talk about for multiplayer, so let's jump on over to Warzone here at this. Obviously, the big focus of this season is Rebirth Island. You drop in and you can take over the new world that we've all been seeing and have seen before. That's a huge addition, obviously, and it's nice to see it in back-to-back seasons, reintroducing the fan favorites of Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island. I mean, I firmly believe they never should have left, but we can't change the past. So it is nice to see this returning. Stoked to see this return with Season 3 and play on it, but there's a lot more to discuss than just Rebirth coming. So firstly, one of the basic things they detailed was we're going to see another sort of training playlist as well. Last season, we ended up seeing the training course introduced, but we now have a beginner game mode of Warzone Boot Camp, where this is a quad-only game mode where it only supports 20 players, but it adds 24 bots into the equation as well. Obviously, it's not for you or me, but it is something that it's for somebody. It obviously won't progress daily and weekly challenges, weapon challenges, or champions quests, so it's truly just for learning the mode and practicing a bit. So that's there. That's going to be coming with Season 3. We're going to have a ton of events happening in-game for a couple of different things. For Rebirth Island, you have those things of the infill strikes. Those will decimate the already mentioned areas of the lighthouse and the prison rooftop, but the water tower is also going to be that third location that can be randomly destroyed as well. But again, random, and they're not happening every single game, and it doesn't seem like they're even going to be common, so wouldn't stress too much on that just yet. You have the new Climb and Punishment Gulag event, which is going to be something that's available for Vondel and Urzikstan, which is kind of born out of the trolling clips of, hey, let's both take the zip line. But if you actually know how that works, only the first person that goes up actually wins. But this is a way to communicate with your enemy that if you want to, you can both climb your way out, but of course, do you trust your enemy? That's what it comes down to. You also have the new heavy armor event where it increases the health of players in Rebirth. You have the Spy Drones contract coming to Rebirth. You have Champions Quest coming to Rebirth Island, doable there, but also for the whole season, you're going to have that new refresh on rewards as well. One other really cool thing with Rebirth Island in particular is a variable time of day. It said as Season 3 progresses, we'll be able to see the time of day change and the atmosphere of Rebirth Island change. So what we have at launch may very well not be what we have 2, 3, 4 weeks down the line and at the end of Season 3. So that's pretty cool to see, I think, but maybe that's just me. We also have the biometric scans, which kind of seems like it's going to be your exfil streak from DMZ last year, but mixed with daily logins, it sounds like, where you're going to be able to consistently check in, and sometimes that will offer rewards, like I mentioned, camo in the blog, which I'm all for, so gonna be grinding that apparently. We have the weapon trade station coming in season. Bunker entrances in Urzikstan are going to be opening up in season as well. We saw that one underneath Old Town open up in Urzikstan right off the coast there as a secret change in season 2, but now we're going to see a lot of bunkers opening up in season 3, probably at mid-season. We're gonna see specialist bonus and foresight, those streaks coming in season 4 Rebirth, and then you have Warzone ranked on Rebirth coming in that launch window, actually. Unfortunately, no big map ranked has been announced just yet. I'm still taking big hits of that copium that maybe it comes in season 3 Reloaded like last year, but I mean, we'll see. One thing that actually does, I think, make Resurgence ranked worth playing this season is that there are camo rewards tied to it this time around. We don't have any actual look of what the camos will look like. We just know what the camo pattern by the icon looks like. That'll probably be something that's debuted closer to launch, but I love camos, you guys know that, so I guess I'm grinding ranked play this season. Other than that, we have zombies, but frankly, zombies is, once again, pretty neglected here at this. The Dark Ether story will continue where you save Dr. Jansen in mid-season. You have a third quest, a rift, and more coming at mid-season. And then you have new challenges and schematics at mid-season, along with a warlord at mid-season. So, just like season 2, you get a total of nothing at launch. I actually don't know how this game mode has just been entirely neglected. Like, the content that we are getting is barely passable as content, and it's all at mid-season. So you like have literally 2 months before just like the smallest drip feed of content. So not happy with zombies at all. If you're a zombies fan, I do apologize. This really does suck for you this year. Hopefully next year and the year following are just absolute bangers that Treyarch delivers some great zombies content for you, because right now there's nothing. Beyond that, though, to round down all of the season 3 content that you can really look forward to at a sort of top level, we're going to break down into more stuff like we usually do our weapons videos on the weekend. But the final thing to talk about is events upcoming. They detailed the weekly challenge camo for the overall season, which, I'm not too sold on it just yet. Maybe I have to see it in game, but based off the screenshot, it looks a little weak. But beyond that, we have the Godzilla and Kong event Battle for Hollow Earth coming. That is at launch, which is April 3rd to 10th, where you can end up earning XP to end up getting all the rewards associated with that. And then unfortunately, unlike last season, we didn't get specific dates for the upcoming ones beyond that. We have the Blaze Up event, which is the launch window for 420. So you can complete challenges for exclusively dank rewards, as they say, just getting into that. The High Trip reward, which is going to be a limited time event where you have to collect gummies, I'm assuming like the tokens we had in Modern Warfare 2 last year, to earn rewards. So that'll be stuff coming, but none of those have associated dates with them. Like, we don't have a specific date other than just, okay, maybe it's April 10th and beyond. And then the Vortex Virus Mainframe Arcade style event, that's gonna be something that's coming in season, but again, no specific date alongside that. You can earn XP to end up unlocking the rewards for that. So that said, that is season 3 in a nutshell, and there is a lot of stuff to look forward to, unless you're a zombies fan. Again, apologies there. But honestly, a pretty big season by comparison to what I thought there was going to be. I kind of thought we'd see things kind of coast off into the sunset a little bit, but it seems like Sledgehammer's doing their best to keep this thing alive here and give content to us. So that is, we're going to wrap it up. Drop your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this season so far at a glance? Like it, dislike it, whatever the case, drop your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, you enjoyed the coverage at all, do me a huge favor and drop a like on the video. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare 3, Warzone, and everything upcoming, plus other FPS content we got you covered on our channel. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.